Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Randy Shaves. I'm here to do a shave today. I feel a little bit better today. Still not 100%, but I do feel better. But at least I found out why I'm not 100%. I got to feel a little bit worse. So, and I'm never sick. That's the deal. So, I thought, man, what's going on here? Well, I had a COVID test here in the cabinet, and I took it, and guess what? Yep, it was positive. For the first time since all this COVID stuff started. My entire family had it. We did not change one thing. I didn't isolate myself from any of them. But my daughter, her husband, her kids, my wife, my sister, her kids, everybody had COVID. But I never got it. Now I got it. So at least that explains why I have felt the way I have. But anyway, we're going to be okay. I got the medicine in case. I wanted to wait till this morning because that medicine has so many side effects. If I didn't feel any better this morning, I was going to start taking it. But I do, so I'm not. So there we go. All right, this morning, I'm rubbing some stuff on my face here. What we're going to be using is Mitchell's Woolfat soap, but it's the first time I've ever used this particular Mitchell's Woolfat because this does not contain tallow. My last puck, and I've still got it, but I wanted to see how the non-tallow version did. This is what it came in. It was a puck, and I put it in this Ray Dunn bowl. I picked this up in Fort Huachuca, Arizona when I was visiting my grandson. So it's a perfect bowl for a puck of soap. So I'm using that. I'm going to use Aqua Velva Musk aftershave. It goes well with this. Now, what I've done different than what I normally do. Normally, on Mitchell's Woolfat, what I do is I bloom the soap and then I face lather it. But today I thought, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can bowl lather it. So I loaded the brush up real good, got my teakwood bowl out, and as you can see, it did a good job. So this is Mitchell's Woolfat. I guess you call it vegan formula, bowl lathered. And this brush is my Taylor of Old Bond Street brush that I bought at their store when I was in London. And but I didn't like the knot, so I removed it and I put a Frank Shaving Badger knot in there, and I love it. So now I'm probably going to cough some. If I start having a coughing fit, there we go. I'll cut away, get my fit over with, and then I'll come back. So if I unexpectedly cut away, that's what's going on. Anyway, we're using the Merkur Progress. Going to use 3.5 on the first pass, 2.5 on the second pass. It's got a Gillete Platinum in it on its second use. And I think that's enough to tell you to get started lathering here. Now, the one thing about Mitchell's Woolfat, the name of it is a little bit deceiving because it's known for having a lot of lanolin in it because it comes from sheep. And lanolin is not a fat. A lot of people think that their formula that was a tallow based was because of the lanolin that comes from the wool of the sheep, and that's not the case. Lanolin is more of a wax. It's not a fat because there is a ingredient that something must have in order to be a fat, and it doesn't have that ingredient. Lanolin is more of a wax that kind of protects the sheep's wool. So It's still called Mitchell's Woolfat, but it doesn't have any tallow in it anymore. So we're going to see how it works. All right, I think we're ready. I'm going to try to talk as little as possible because talking causes coughing. So here we go. It is a very slick soap. The only downside I have found with Mitchell's Woolfat is and that was with the tallow formula, and I'm sure this is the same way. It dries out pretty quick on your face. And you kind of have to re-wet it. Now if you re-wet it, it comes right back. But and I don't know why they switched and quit making the tallow base. I haven't tried to even look into that, but so far, so good with it. I had bowl lathered the tallow version before. Excuse me. And to be honest, I didn't expect this one to do as good as it did, but it did well. The scent is the same. Some people say it changed. To me, it didn't. It just doesn't have very much scent. If you've never used it, it's more of like a soapy type scent. I'd say scent strength, if you were going 0 to 10, would be like a 2. Very low. But it's a good soap. Now I'll show you what I was talking about. See how that's kind of drying out up there? See that? So usually what I do is just reach in my bowl with my finger and put a little more up there. But this is a good soap. It's such a good soap that there's several people, that's all they use. Now I haven't talked to any of the long-time users of Mitchell's Woolfat to see what they think about the change. I saw where one guy said that he had heard they were going to be changing. He bought up 4 pucks. And my gosh, this is a hard soap. It'd take a long time to use 4 pucks. So he's still got 4 pucks of the tallow base. And I've got 1 that I've used. And I'm telling you, so far, I'm not telling a whole lot of difference in the tallow and in this. Does a good job, so get ready for the second pass. I tell you the worst, excuse me, the worst thing about this illness I've had, I have coughed so much, my chest is so sore. My rib cage. Hurts to cough. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna put a little more water on this. You know, I told you I had stomach issues. Thought I had an ulcer. They put me on medicine for that. I'm wondering now if it wasn't this COVID all along, because I read where that is definitely a sign of COVID. Can be, not every time, but it can start in your intestinal tract. So that may have been what it was, because my stomach's pretty much lined out. And everything now is just sort of feels like the flu or the bronchitis or something. But I do feel better than I did yesterday. And one reason for that is I got a really good night's sleep last night, because I didn't cough all night long. I waited till I got up to start coughing today. Okay, going to 2.5 on the setting. You can see that. So far, guys, I have seen no difference in the tallow based in this new formula as far as the shave goes. And the slickness, it's still there. It's got really good residual slickness if you re-wet your face. It's still there when you re-wet your face, you can definitely tell. My tallow base is in there. They sell it in a little bowl with a lid on it. It's got the lid looks like this. It's nice, really nice. And my daughter bought me that when she was in England. But once you've got the bowl, you don't need it again. So I dug this one out that I bought at the PX in Fort Huachuca, Arizona. And Huachuca is not spelled the way you think it is. It's Huachuca or something like that. Huchuch or UHA something. You'd think Huachuca would be WA something, but it's not. I used to know exactly how to spell it, but he hadn't been there in a long time, so I took that off my hard drive to make space for something else. I wet my face a little here. Boy, it just gets really slick again. I don't even have to re-lather my trouble spot. I just put some water on it. It comes right back. Now you can see on this left side, I pull my cheek, how the soap's beginning to dry out some. And it does that, for me. But, I mean, there's a real simple fix for that, and that is just whoop, whoop. That's all you gotta do. When I was over in England, we went to England, we went to London for 3 days. We stayed in Manchester, but we took trips to Scotland for a day or two, and then we went to Wales. I'd never seen as many sheep in my life, in Scotland especially. Lord have mercy. They're everywhere out in the country. And they've got these little border collies or some kind of dogs. And those sheep do exactly what them dogs got them to do. It's amazing to watch. We went to Yorkshire, England, and went by several sheep farms. My goodness, there's a lot of them. Now, some people can't handle lanolin. I've got a friend on Facebook who can't. He's a subscriber to my channel. He can't use lanolin. He's got an allergy with it. And he has to watch because a lot of soaps have lanolin. A lot of different brands, not just Mitchell's. I would venture to say Mitchell's probably has more lanolin than anybody's, but I don't know that. My friend who can't use it, he's the one that caused me to start looking at my other soaps. There's a bunch of soaps that have lanolin. Sterling's got lanolin in it. I think A&E's got it. There's a lot of different ones. So he's kind of limited. But you can find soaps without it. Can't you lead? You know I'm talking about you. Okay, that's going to do it. We're going to wipe the face down, bring the alum out, see what it thinks. Get the face good and wet here. It's getting little, isn't it? No fear, I got another one. Boy, it's a zero feedback shave, I'll say that. Nothing. Yeah, that says a lot for the razor, the blade, the soap, everything. And I've still got a bunch of lather in this brush. That's the brush, and the knot that came in it was a pure badger, but it had a higher loft than this, and it was real floppy, and I didn't like that. So I took that knot out after a lot of work. Man, Simpson makes the Taylor of Old Bond Street brushes, and I'm telling you, when they put a knot in, they put a knot in. I never got that thing out, but I did. And was able to, excuse me, able to put it in there. So, all right, man, that was a good shave. Now we're going to use some Aqua Velva Musk. Boy, you got to be careful with this stuff because it's got a big hole in it. I don't know why they make those things with such a big hole. They need to restrict it. That's a good aftershave. I don't know if you've ever tried it, but I love Aqua Velva Blue. Love it. And so I thought one time when I saw this, I'd try it, and I really like it too. It goes really well with some soaps, especially one like this one, which doesn't have a whole lot of scent to it. Man, that was nice, y'all. Shoot. Maybe Mitchell's knew what they were doing. Who knows? I'm going to put some Aveeno on here to close this out. Okay. That's all she wrote. I'm going to go try to get this thing posted, sit down, and rest the rest of the day. Hopefully not cough my fool head off like I did all day yesterday. So I'm on the mend, and it's tough when you're not used to being sick, and you get sick. You feel like you're dying or something. But no, I did feel pretty rough the last couple of days, but I'm getting there. So anyway, we'll recap right quick. We did the Mitchell's Woolfat new formula with no tallow in it. Let me tell you what is in it right quick. Well, let me put it up here, and you pause and read it. It's a lot easier than me reading all that. But you'll notice that tallow is not a part of that. And I showed you the brush already. I showed you the aftershave. And we used I used the why did I say Parker? The Merkur Progress razor with a Gillete Platinum on its second use in my little puck bowl, my what's it called? Ray Dunn, yeah. I've written all over the bottom of this thing. I've got Fort Huachuca PX November 21 written on it, so I'll remember when I got that and where I got it. And then there we go, we used the aftershave. So that's all for today, folks. Oh, we had our giveaways yesterday, went well. I still haven't heard from one of the winners, so if you're watching this, darn, I wish I'd have brought your name. Martin. either Martin somebody or somebody Martin watched the video, the giveaway video. Still haven't heard from you. I heard from the other winner. So if I don't hear from you soon, we're going to have to redo it on your part. So that's all there is to it, and we're done for the day, and I'll talk to you guys the next time. Be sure to give this a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Go to the Frank Shaving site and get you either some of these knots that he sells or some of his brushes. You get 20% off if you use Randy Shaves code. It's a really good deal. Also, be sure and frequent Hendrix Classics and Company, because he is doing a giveaway every month for my channel, and I appreciate that so much. That's so nice of Pete. And it's a $15 gift card a month. So that's all. I'll talk to you guys next time. Adios.